warning. The stars above Arian Prime burned bright, cold, and distant. Inside the Grand Hall of the Galaxy Council, hundreds of alien species gathered, proud, loud, and angry. A giant hologram floated in the middle of the chamber, showing the smoking ruins of a mining colony on the planet Vega 9. The council speaker, a tall, blue-scaled being named Riltor, slammed his claw on the table. "Once again," he shouted, "humans have broken the peace. They attacked our colony and destroyed an Imperial freighter." The crowd roared in outrage. "Barbarians, primitive creatures. They must be punished." From the corner of the chamber, a deep voice cut through the noise. "Be silent," said Admiral Kethar, an old warrior with silver skin and tired eyes. He rose slowly, his uniform covered with medals from 100 battles. "You speak of humans as if they are children," he said. "You do not understand what they are," Riltor sneered. "You fear them. They are nothing compared to the power of the Council." Kethar's eyes narrowed. "I fought them once," he said quietly. The entire hall went silent. 1,000 years ago, when humanity first entered galactic space, they were weak. Their ships were small, their weapons outdated. But when war came, they did not surrender. "They fought like cornered beasts," Kethar said. "They lost whole cities and kept fighting. They burned their own worlds before letting others take them." Some council members laughed. "Old war stories. Humans have no fleet now. Their homeworld is isolated." Kethar looked around the chamber, his voice calm but heavy. "You think they are gone because they are quiet. You think silence means weakness. You are wrong. It means they are watching." The council's screens showed data. Small human ships spotted near the border, unknown signals, disappearances. But the members ignored it. To them, humans were nothing more than a forgotten species on the edge of known space. Riltor raised his voice again. "We will send a message to Earth. We will demand they surrender their fleets. If they refuse, we will destroy their moon base as a warning." The crowd cheered. Pride filled the air. Kethar spoke again, louder this time. "Do not do this. You do not know what happens when you make humans angry." Riltor smirked. "Then tell us, Admiral, what happens?" Kethar took a deep breath. "When they lose something," he said, "they don't forget. When they are attacked, they don't forgive. You can defeat them once, yes, but they will keep coming. They will rebuild, adapt, and hunt you forever." The hall burst into laughter. "Hunt us? Ridiculous. They're a small species on one tiny world. Let them try." Kethar's hand trembled as he slammed his fist on the table. "You fools. You think numbers win wars? You think power means safety?" He looked up at the hologram of Earth, a small blue planet surrounded by darkness. "They are dangerous not because of their ships," he said, "but because they never stop." Later that night, Kethar stood alone on a balcony overlooking the lights of Arian Prime. He watched as fleets prepared for departure. Shiny ships painted with the colors of the Galaxy Council. Tens of thousands of soldiers cheered as engines roared to life. The first fleet, called Task Force Orion, was leaving to teach the humans a lesson. Kethar's assistant, a young alien named Lyra, approached him. "Sir, you're not joining the mission?" He shook his head slowly. "I have seen too many wars. This one will not end well," she frowned. "But it's only a small operation. Humans can't possibly resist." Kethar looked at her sadly. "Every species thinks that before the hunt begins." 2 weeks later, the first reports came in. Then, silence. The Council received no updates from Task Force Orion. Every communication channel went dark. Search drones sent after them also vanished. Inside the Council chamber, fear replaced pride. Maybe their systems failed. Maybe humans fled. No one wanted to say the truth out loud. Then one morning, a small escape pod was found drifting near the border. Inside was the body of a Council soldier, frozen, eyes open in terror. His recording device was still working. The Council gathered to watch the footage. The image was shaky, filled with static. The soldier's voice whispered, panicked. They came out of nowhere. No signals, no light, just shadows. "Our ship's gone. They're not fighting for land. They're hunting us." The footage ended with a scream, then blackness. No one spoke. Riltor's scales turned pale. This must be fake. A trick? But deep inside, even he felt it. The cold fear growing in his heart. Kethar walked slowly to the center of the chamber. I warned you, he said. You've started something you cannot stop. Riltor glared at him. You think we should surrender? Cathar's voice was quiet, almost sad. No, I think you should pray. That night, as the council argued about what to do, a lone message was received from deep space. No one knew which system it came from. It had only one line. They found us. They're coming. The room went silent. Outside the windows of the grand hall, stars shimmered, cold, distant, and waiting. For the first time in 1,000 years, the Galaxy Council felt something they hadn't felt before. Fear. The vanishing fleet, the stars over the Council's capital world burned faintly that night. No ships moved near the border of human space. Only silence. The first fleet, Task Force Orion, was gone. Not destroyed, not defeated, just vanished. No signals, no distress calls, no wreckage. It was as if 10,000 ships had been swallowed by the void. Inside the council hall, fear began to take root. Speaker Riltor slammed his claws on the table. This is impossible, he shouted. A communication glitch, that's all. Humans can't erase a whole fleet. But the room was filled with uneasy whispers. Reports from border systems said strange things. Ghost signals, unknown ships passing through dark space, colonies going silent. At the far end of the chamber, Admiral Cathar sat in silence. His old eyes were fixed on the hologram of the missing fleet's last known position. Finally he spoke. They warned you, he said quietly. Humans don't fight wars. They hunt, they track. They remember, Riltor hissed. Enough with your ghost stories, Admiral. You spread fear while our people demand answers. Cathar didn't answer. He simply looked up at the stars. Then go find your answers, he said. But don't expect to return. 3 days later, the Council launched a second fleet. Larger, stronger, more advanced. 200 capital ships, 1,000 escorts. The most powerful armada ever assembled. Its commander, Grand Admiral Virex, spoke proudly before the cameras. We will show these humans their place. The Council fears nothing. Crowds across the galaxy cheered. Confidence returned, but Admiral Cathar stood watching the broadcast, expression cold. They cheer for ghosts, he whispered. When the second fleet entered human space, everything seemed quiet. No planets, no signals, no resistance. The stars themselves looked darker there, colder, emptier. Then the reports began. Unidentified movement on scanners. Radar interference. Readings are fluctuating. Admiral, and then one by one the signals went out. At first, the command ship thought it was a technical problem. Then they saw it, just for a second, a black shape sliding across the void. No lights, no sound. Just darkness moving against darkness. Fire! Shouted Admiral Virex. Hundreds of weapons lit up the stars, bright flashes across space. When the light faded, nothing was there. Then, something else appeared on their comms screens. A message, written in old Earth language. You shouldn't have come. The Admiral's face went pale. Who sent that? No one answered. But the temperature on the ship began to drop. Power levels flickered. Engines slowed. Crew members screamed that something was inside the ship, something moving in the shadows of the corridors. Then all signals went dark again. Back on Arian Prime, the Council waited for updates. Hours turned into days, days into weeks. Finally, a small escape pod was recovered near the Vega 9 system. Inside was a single survivor, a pilot barely alive. His skin was burned, his eyes wide with terror. He kept repeating the same words over and over. They don't fight fair. They don't stop. Medical drones tried to calm him. Council officers recorded his testimony before he died. The pilot whispered, they came from everywhere. Not one fleet, hundreds. Drones, ships, machines. They jammed our sensors. They didn't fire to destroy. They fired to disable. They wanted us alive. They're taking us somewhere. His voice grew weaker. We tried to run, but they followed. They always follow. Then he stopped breathing. That night, the Council met again. This time no one argued. Even Riltor looked shaken. They can't be that strong, he said quietly. There must be an explanation, Cathar stood. There is, he said. You attacked a species that never forgets what it feels like to be hunted. Every time you kill one of them, 1,000 more rise. Every war makes them stronger. Riltor glared. We will not surrender to primitives. Cathar's eyes turned cold, then prepare to lose everything. Later, in the observation deck of his ship, Cathar watched as new fleets were built. The third wave, the biggest one yet. He could already feel the fear in the air, spreading through every system. Merchants whispered of ghost ships. Travelers said they saw human vessels moving in total silence. Then, the first Council sensor station at the edge of space sent one final transmission before going offline. A simple line of data. They found us again. They're marking the next system, and with that, the stars around the border went dark, one by one. Cathar closed his eyes. He whispered to himself, "They warned you, and now the hunt begins." The hunters, the Galaxy Council, was no longer laughing. 2 fleets were gone, 10,000 ships lost. No wreckage, no signals, just silence, but the silence did not last. Strange reports started coming from the border worlds. Small human ships appeared without warning, fast, black, silent. They attacked communication stations, destroyed weapon platforms, then vanished before any defense could react. Every time they struck, they left a message burned into the data core. You started the hunt. Whole colonies went offline overnight. Trading routes vanished from maps. The Council tried to send rescue teams. None came back. Admiral Cathar watched the chaos unfold from his ship, the Vigilant Dawn. He had warned them, but now it was too late. He turned to his officer. "How many systems have we lost?" The young officer's voice shook. 23, sir, and it's spreading." Cathar stared at the hologram showing dark zones where no signals came through anymore. "They're not conquering territory," he said softly. "They're cleansing it." The Council called an emergency meeting. No cheers, no pride this time, only fear. Speaker Riltor looked tired, his voice cracked. "These humans, how can they strike so fast? We can't even see them coming." A scientist stepped forward, trembling. "We analyzed the data from the few surviving sensors. Their ships use stealth fields, not like ours. They bend light, sound, and even radiation to our instruments. They are invisible." Another officer added, "They use something else too. AI commanders. Machines that think faster than we can react." The chamber filled with whispers. "Machines that think." "Ghosts in metal." Riltor banged his claw. "Impossible. Machines can't win wars." Cathar stood slowly. "You still don't understand. It's not the machines that win. It's the humans behind them." Far from the Council's capital, on a ruined moon base, a group of alien survivors hid in an underground bunker. They listened to a human signal that repeated through static. A calm voice spoke through the darkness. "You attacked our people. You called it justice. We call it memory." The aliens trembled. One of them whispered, "Why won't they just talk to us? We'll surrender." But the voice continued, "You didn't listen when we spoke. You'll listen now when the stars go silent." Then the transmission ended, replaced by a low rhythmic sound, a heartbeat. Weeks later, the Council tried something desperate, a massive fleet trap. They placed hundreds of ships across empty space, waiting for humans to appear. But the humans didn't come from the front. They came from behind. 1,000 small craft appeared inside the trap, already past the defenses. They jammed communications, shut down engines, and disabled weapons. One by one, the Council ships drifted powerless in space. No explosions, no destruction, just perfect surgical strikes. Inside one disabled cruiser, a terrified officer saw a human drone hovering outside the glass, black, silent, shaped like a hunter's mask. It blinked once, scanned him, and left. No attack, no mercy either. He whispered, shaking, "They don't want to destroy us. They want us to feel hunted." Back in the Council hall, chaos ruled. Half the galaxy had gone dark. Trade, communication, and order, gone. "Why are they doing this?" One Council member shouted. "We tried to punish them, not exterminate them." Cathar's voice echoed through the hall. "That's the difference between you and them," he said. "You fight wars for power. They fight for survival. And when they fight, they don't stop until every threat is gone." Riltor slammed his fist. "Then we'll burn their planet. Earth will be turned to ash." Cathar looked at him with disbelief. "You still don't get it. You can't burn something that has already learned to live through fire." deep space, near the ruins of Vega 9, a Council spy drone finally caught clear footage. It showed human ships moving like predators, no formations, no leaders. Each ship acted on its own, yet together they formed perfect traps. One transmission between human captains was intercepted. Target marked. Proceed? Proceed, no mercy. They chose this. Seconds later, the drone's feed went dark. The Council scientists analyzed the last image and froze. It showed a massive shape behind the human fleet. A ship larger than anything ever seen before. Black as the void. No heat, no energy signature. Only two glowing blue lines that looked like eyes. The scientists whispered, "It's not a ship. It's something else." That night, Riltor sat alone in his chamber. He played back the recordings again and again. The voice of the human AI haunted him. "We don't fight wars. We finish hunts." He poured a glass of dark liquid, trying to calm his shaking hands. Outside his window, the stars seemed dimmer. Then a soft sound came from his console. A new message. No encryption. No origin code. It simply read, "We found you," and then the lights went out.